We are so close to getting the final part in Dontnod's newest game, Lost Records Bloomin' Rage, Tape 2, titled appropriately Rage. And I am pumped. I really liked the first tape, titled Bloom, and we're about 10 days away from getting this new tape, at least upon making this video. We'll definitely be closer by the time I edit it and drop the video. But before we get that tape, I thought it would be fun to go over some of the fan theories and talk about what might happen in this final part. So this video will most likely include spoilers from Tape 1, so if you haven't played Lost Records Bloomin' Rage Tape 1 yet, do yourself a favor and check it out. It's only like $40, or you can even watch my Let's Play on my channel. It was a fun time. And we'll get into all this theory stuff, but before we begin, hi. I'm Keegan and I like to talk about games. If you like what you see and want to see more, be sure to share, like, and subscribe to see more of what I've done and what's to come, as I greatly appreciate it and would love to have you. But without wasting any more of your time, let's get into Lost Records Bloomin' Rage fan theories. So obviously, if you played the game or at least watched the game, you know that in the first tape, we're brought back together with all of our old friends from 1995, initially starting with meeting up with Autumn, and then eventually Nora comes back, except now we're missing one of our friends, Kat. Now, before you say it, I know that in 1995 she was super sick and potentially passed away, and we might see that in Tape 2, but we might not. I've seen some fans speculating that Kat never passed, and people are only going to think that she died, and that she's maybe the one that is bringing us back together for some reason or another. She somehow gets the package to, I think Autumn's mom was the one who initially got the package, and then we go from there. I like this theory that Kat is the kind of presence in the background in the current day, and maybe she was or still is sick, but maybe she makes a wish to the Abyss or like a deal with the Abyss and she stays alive. I don't know if she'd become the villain of the story, but maybe that could work. I mean, I guess if she was kept alive by the Abyss, then maybe it corrupted her some way or something like that. You kind of see some potential traces of that in Tape 1 when the girls are fighting with Corey. Their eyes turn purple for a moment. I don't know. I thought it would be a pretty cool plot twist, and I could definitely see the potential in this theory. So next up is what's in the mystery box.
What's in the fucking box?
And this one somewhat correlates to the first theory, kinda. But most fans and myself thinks that what's going to be in the box is Swan's camcorder and some of the tapes and maybe some of the trinkets and stuff. Just like all the stuff that they recorded and did over the summer. I definitely believe this one. It's the best way to explain what's going on by maybe showing us like some of the tapes. Maybe Tape 2 will start with us finally opening it and kind of uncovering more what happened that summer, as the girls did forget a lot of it. And the theory on why they forgot is because they all made a deal with the Abyss, and maybe that's kind of the real trade, is a piece of them, which would include their memories. And how this kind of circulates to the first theory I was talking about is that it was Kat who sent it because she held on to it all this time, and for whatever reason she needs the girls back in Velvet Cove, you know, at this time to maybe complete a deal that she had with the Abyss. Maybe. I like this one. Definitely think it can work with any of the theories that I'm going to talk about today. I definitely think that Swan's camcorder is going to be in the box. It makes the most sense, and what else would it be? To really, I think it's going to be something to jumpstart their memory, so I think that's probably the best thing to really help spark it back up. So that's definitely a good theory, and I think that one's, out of all of these, is definitely going to be the thing that we'll see for sure. The next one is also a double theory in a way, but maybe Kat disappeared in 1995, as the story suggests that a lot went down in the summer of 95. And maybe Kat went missing and or is trapped in the Abyss, and Corey is the one that gets the blame put on him. This is also suggested at some point, kinda, that in the stories kind of mention him and feel bad about what happened to him and all that stuff. I can't completely remember off the top of my head, but I know he gets potentially blamed for something. Maybe he gets blamed for her disappearance and Kat gets trapped. The other part that kind of goes with this theory is that it was actually the girls that sent the package back in 1995 somehow. Don't ask me how, I don't even know. Maybe they made it. And it would kind of explain why it looks like there's multiple handwritings on the box, like it was written by multiple different people, and the newspaper articles on it are from 1995, I believe. But maybe they made it and threw it into the Abyss and tried to get Kat back because they knew that it swallowed her whole and put her somewhere else. I don't know. But I do like most of this theory. Everything except for the part where the girls sent the package because I don't know, I don't see how they could do it. I guess I do and I don't. I think it could still work. It's the only part of this that feels like, this one feels like it makes the most sense in like a way, at least what happens to Kat. I really don't think she dies, because that would be lame as fuck, and that's just too simple for Dontnod. It's definitely interesting. I see her making it to the end of the game, and I hope so, because I think she's got to be definitely one of my favorite characters in this game at the moment. But then again, Dontnod aren't afraid to hurt our feelings when it comes to characters, so maybe she will make it to the end, but not past the end. We'll see. Now for kind of a different theory, and the last theory that I'm going to talk about, is where did the Abyss come from? And funny enough, going into this video, I didn't even think about this until I was scrolling through Reddit, kind of looking for some of y'all's theories. The theory is that the Abyss was accidentally found by these copper miners in 1889 who went missing, and they either got stuck in an alternate dimension or stuck in some type of time loop, which is why we see those shadows in the forest, which, by the way, scared the shit out of me on my first playthrough. They actually still kind of scare me. I really like this theory because it does make a lot of sense on where at least the Abyss came from. Maybe it was just this anomaly that was laying dormant until the copper miners found it, and it kind of just becomes this issue. And then, of course, the girls kind of accidentally like bring it to the surface with their little pact that they made, and the girls just accidentally get put into the situation that does a bunch of fucked up things. I mean, they are just young teens. They don't know any better. They think it's a gift, and some even think it's a curse, and maybe it's a curse, like for real. I think it's pretty sick. It also goes with the theory that Kat was actually trapped by the Abyss and is in this alternate dimension, or like this time loop, or just something crazy that maybe we'll get to see, and this somehow will become like the new mission in present day, trying to get Kat back. And I personally love it. I do love the idea of where the Abyss comes from, and I can't wait to see how Dontnod is going to tackle this if it was true, because I know they'll do a good job. It's dope. I'm loving this game the more I play it and read stuff like this, so all in all, I'm just super stoked. So in terms of story, that's definitely the best theories that I've seen so far. There is other stuff that I kind of mentioned and has been mentioned in the community. Like I mentioned how Swan might be connected to Life is Strange 2, to the character Brody. Some people also think this kind of explains maybe where like the powers came from in the Life is Strange series. But I don't know, I really just like the story-focused theories, and it pertains more to the game. So those are the best ones that I found. But with all that being said, I want to hear actually what you think. What are some of your theories as we patiently wait for Tape 2 Rage? Let me know in the comments below. I always try to respond to comments, and I'd love to have a conversation in the comments below about Lost Records, so definitely do the things. But anyways, if you made it this far in the video, thank you. You're awesome. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, be sure to share, like, and subscribe, as I greatly appreciate it and would love to have you. And small plug while I got you, if you're still here, I actually have a partnership with a company called Dubby. They do like these energy drinks. It's this powder you put in your water and you can make an energy drink on it. And I've been actually digging on it lately, especially because I work early as fuck in the morning. I get up at like 4 in the morning for work. But you can get 10% off now if you use code KeGan, all caps, at checkout. They're pretty awesome, and I've been enjoying it so far. My favorite flavor is definitely going to be Push and Punch, so go check that out if you like fruit punch kind of stuff. But they have other flavors too. So if you're looking for a no bullshit energy drink, check out Dubby at dubby.gg and use code KeGan at checkout. Helps this channel out, and that's it. Anyways, enough of all that. Let's talk Lost Records in the comment below. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks for coming, and thanks for watching.